Kevin Watson's murder has already been viewed nearly 2 million times on Facebook as he was killed in the middle of his Facebook Live. In that video, you can see him getting out of his car before hearing a single gunshot fired, happening mere blocks away from this police station here in South Austin.
Get into it with y'all because y'all ain't got no respect. What's up, bro? What's up?
Kevin Watson's final moments captured on Facebook Live as gunfire rang out in this parking lot Wednesday evening on Madison near LeClaire Avenue in Chicago's South Austin neighborhood.
He was choking for breath. He was trying to struggle to breathe.
All of it unfolding right after Watson left his cousin's job at this nearby liquor store to begin his Facebook Live in his car.
I wouldn't let him walk out the store. He was a good man for this community. No matter what he done, he helped people, you know? He helped me get this job in there.
Close friends turned heartbroken witnesses say as Watson was walking to his car.
He was talking to a guy, and he was going to his car, and then the guy followed behind him. So when the guy followed behind him, pulled a gun on him. So he was trying to wrestle with the gun, and the gun went off.
Police say the 40-year-old was shot in his chest.
I rubbed his palm, and I squeezed his hand. He wouldn't squeeze back.
Relatives tell us he leaves behind a 6-year-old son and say Watson was killed just weeks shy of his own birthday.
We're going to have to figure out how to move on and be strong day to day and help each other get past this, because this didn't just hurt one person. This hurt a lot of us.
Police haven't given a motive behind the shooting. So far, no one has been arrested.
All right. So we can stop that right there. You know what I'm saying? Good evening, everybody. Peace of blessings. It's your boy Jay Taylor, Voices for the Voiceless. And I normally don't do a video, but I thought on a weekend like this, but I thought it was imperative for me to drop one due to these circumstances surrounding this situation with Tugg Watson in Chicago. First and foremost, rest in peace to Tugg. My deepest condolences to the family and everybody that's friends. I didn't know Tugg, but a lot of people I know knew him. And from what I'm gathering, he was definitely a good dude. Seemed like he was one of the, people on the music scene out here, promoter scene. It seems like that he was very genuine and tried to help. He had resources. He was very, successful, and was one of the people that probably would give you the shirt off his back if I could judge his character. And as the title says, man, Black people are our own worst enemy. My thoughts on the Tugg Watson tragedy. So Tugg Watson the other day was doing a Facebook Live, basically talking about his experience, with the, pursuing the nightlife in Chicago, and, the ups and downs and everything that come along with that. And, it was a parking dispute, and he was explaining it. And as he was explaining it, someone came up to his vehicle as he was doing a live in his vehicle. And when they came up, he was like it seemed like they hit the window or something like that, and it startled him, like, what's up? And from my vantage point, it seemed like he knew the guy. You know what I'm saying? Or the guys that rushed him, because, it was like, man, it was like, well, give me the chain. And he's like, man, hell no. And he proceeded to get out the car. And I'm like, okay, he gonna fight for his chain. He had a nice piece on. You could tell he's sitting in a nice vehicle. You could tell that, he had expensive taste. You know what I'm saying? So the guy seen him, and it seemed like an inside job, and you could hear the gunshot, and you could hear it get totally quiet, and then all of a sudden people are screaming, call the police, put pressure on their wound. And it was just tragic, man, how fast someone could lose their life in the blink of an eye. And, I had my own experience, man. Chicago was one of them places, man, where you know, you definitely got to keep your head on the swivel, especially if you're in these areas where, you know, people are looking to, you know, rob and it's a lot of crime. And, you know, I'm going to tell you like this, man. Coming up in Chicago, I've been set up before by people I know. You know, I don't know exactly how it was done, but it didn't happen to me. And I'm going to tell anybody that's in that situation, if somebody get the ups on you, you always comply, survive the encounter. You could deal with the rest of it at a later date. But no, I've been on both sides of the barrel. You know what I'm saying? I've been the one on both sides of the barrel, to say that, you know, not to say too much. And understand this: the person that is, you know, doing the robbing is more nervous than the person that's getting robbed, because they know they taking more of a chance of getting caught. You know what I'm saying? Doing something dirty, anybody else watching, the police. So don't make no sudden moves. Comply. I don't care if you recognize them, none of that, because at a drop of a hat, somebody could take your life for being nervous or what have you. But it's just interesting, man, that people can't wear chains and have nice jewelry and I know the title says black people, but I'm really talking about black culture, because you got poor people and people want to say, oh, this is due to people being poor and all of that. I don't think so. This is more of a jealousy thing. And it exists in our culture because one is doing better than the other. These people that did this to this man, they envied this man. They envied this man. Jealousy and envy is something I don't play with. When you notice somebody is jealous of you, get the hell away from them. Get the hell away from them, because ain't nothing that a jealous-hearted person won't do. You know, if they always want to be in competition with you, they always want to, you know what I'm saying, try to, you know, got jokes and funny stories and stuff like that, and always seem like they trying to compete with you, that's a sign of jealousy. How much you pay for that chain, or making, you know, just certain things. And if you notice that jealous spirit, that's a demon inside that person. Because, man, I'm telling you, I ain't never been jealous of nobody. If anything, somebody got more than me, that motivate me to get more. If Tugg Watson was out here around people that had just as much as him, 9 times out of 10, if they were jealous of him, it still would have happened. It ain't got nothing to do with no, you got more money than me. Listen, this is a cultural issue. You got people in different cultures. You got poor whites that live in trailer parks, that smoke meth, that's on drugs, that's on Section 8, that's on food stamps. They don't go to wealthy white neighborhoods or see other white people just doing good and commit murders and robberies on them. They content in their reality. You know, they might see a wealthy white person, they might got something snob to say, but they don't go take their life. You know what I'm saying? It's a cultural thing. And I'm not just saying this is limited to black culture. It's a cultural thing, period. Because you got black people the majority of black people get up, go to work every day. Whatever they got to deal with, they deal with it. They don't take it out on nobody else. But for some reason in our culture, especially with the youth, the young people, if we see somebody doing better, they see you don't mind nobody doing good, but you just don't want nobody doing better than you. You jealous, you envious. That's demonic. To want to take this man's life just because he's doing good in life. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to get into some talks, because I want to tie this in with what's going on in Washington, D.C. with some black people that are sitting up there complaining about the president cleaning up the streets in Washington, D.C. for black neighborhoods. Because see, what's going on in DC is obviously going on in Chicago, obviously going on in Los Angeles, obviously going on in New York, obviously going on in all black, especially black communities that are Democratic ran across this country. We are our own worst enemy. Tugg Watson was a blessing to his community. He was a blessing. He was somebody that had the resources to help people in Chicago, people that I know could benefit from Tugg Watson. I look up and down my Facebook feed. People knew him. I didn't know him. People knew him, had nothing but great things to say. He was willing to invest. But they took this man's life because he had a chain on. We our own worst enemy. And then we sit up there and cry about racism. Nah, you niggas is the black KKK. You jealous-hearted son of a bitches are the reason why we can't get nowhere, because you got that crab in the barrel mentality. And before I get into my own story, man, because I could go on a rant about this, because you know I've been set up before by snakes, was jealous in my youth. You know what I'm saying? I move way smarter these days. I see that and I get the hell around from around because I don't have patience for it. But I'm going to tell you this. Before we get into this conversation, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay? Yeah, so this whole situation, man, let me tell you something about this music situation in Chicago, man. I'm going to give y'all the story. I ain't going to talk about nothing that happened to me on the street level. I'm going to talk about something like the hatred in our culture. I remember, man, back in like 2007, y'all know I do music. And foremost, you know, I do it because it's a strong hobby of mine at this point. I ain't looking for no record deal or nothing like that. I'm too old for all that. I do it because I love to do it and I'm good at it. But, you know, also I do get a couple coins off of it, you know what I'm saying? So please check out the album. You know, I might leave it in the comment section. You know, the more y'all stream it is dope. You know, the more money I get on my TuneCore. So support your local talent. But anyway, Free Alliance, by the way, on all major streaming sites. But anyway, I remember a situation and I was just telling my sis, Blessed Girl, about. I was in a rap group back in like, 2005, 2006. I think this was like 2007. And we had a studio at the Cermak building, downtown Chicago. We one of the guys, he knew how to do the board and mix and master and all of that. And we all rap, and then we bring ideas to make songs. So everybody that was anybody in Chicago used to go to the Cermak building. If you remember, you know what I'm talking about. It was on 22nd Street, right off the Dan Ryan, and it was right there in by Chinatown. You know what I'm saying? Downtown by Lawrence Fishery. Y'all know what I'm talking about if you're from the city. Anyway, so with that being said, anybody that was everybody was there. So you would see, you might look around and see certain celebrities there. I remember I done seen Fat Joe there. I done seen Twister there. I done seen the Brat there. I done seen a lot of people be up in these Cermak buildings. You know what I'm saying? And you would have at that time A&Rs that would be up in those buildings, right? So at one point, A&R, one of the guys, because it was probably about 5 or 6 of us that was in this group, one of the guys bumped into a A&R from Interscope Records, right? So he came into a listening session while we was making music, and we all were very talented, rappers. You know what I'm saying? And the guy, he was an older black dude. He probably was in his late 50s, early 60s. He was like, "Man, bro, y'all got it." You know what I'm saying? He pulled two of the guys to the side and was like, listen, man, I want you and you. I want y'all to get everybody picture, a headshot of the group. I want everybody's bio, their backstory, and I want everybody's two singles. You know what I'm saying? And I need y'all to get that to me this week, and I'm gonna see what I could do with it about pitching y'all a group deal on Interscope Records. True story. So the two guys that he told this to, the rest of us the other 4 or 5 of us had no knowledge of this. You know what I'm saying? So they was just telling us like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? We got an opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Send me your music, send me. So I'm like, okay, I sit on the picture, sit on this, that. And then I remember the A&I dude called us into a meeting. Now, mind you, this 2007. When he called us in for the meeting, the two guys that he told to do this, they was on some snaked out, you know, we our own worst enemy type situation. They, instead of giving them this man everybody's information, everybody's picture, everybody's bio, everybody's, you know, songs or singles that they want to push, they just gave this man their stuff in a week's time. And we had provided them with our information. So the man called in this meeting and he said, listen, I gave these two individuals, now everybody present at the meeting, he said, I gave these two individuals specific instructions for all y'all to possibly get a group record deal. But these individuals are snaked out. They only sent me their stuff in a week's time, which let me know that y'all not as solid as y'all should be. I can't work with that. I've been doing this too long, and I can't be around any potential snake activity, so the deal is off the table. Can you imagine that? Hearing that, think of people that you be in the studio with every day, people that you think that's your homeboy, you be in their neighborhood, they be in your neighborhood. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? We got mutual friends and all this and all that. That man walked out of there and said, I can't work with none of y'all. Even though I and the other people didn't have nothing to do with what happened, that was an opportunity lost for everybody that was in the room. Right? So needless to say, that rap group, I'm like, man, F y'all. You know what I'm saying? We still was cool for a little bit at the time after that, but it wasn't the same. So when I tell you the level of snaked out activity in Chicago is crazy. Now, I want to bring up a video here to basically substantiate what I'm telling y'all, man. And it's this, it's the brother Tugg's, his brother. You know what I'm saying? And what he had to say about the situation that happened to his little brother. And man, when I tell you, man, I felt this man on he didn't waste a word in what he said whatsoever. So without further ado, let's get to the content. Now, mind you, this is Tugg's big brother that is speaking.
All I know is, I see the social media shit. Yeah. shit people saying and all that. You know, we don't really give no fuck about no balloon release. None of that. None of that shit gonna bring my brother back. What I want people to understand is I've been preaching for years. I've been preaching for years to bro to not trust no motherfucker. The bro had a big heart. He had a big heart. He kept trusting niggas, helping niggas, looking out for niggas. And now he gone. They tried it, 4 or 5 times to get him out the way. And they finally got him. They finally got him. And it's sad because motherfucker don't think about his family. You got down for nothing. Y'all got down for nothing. It wasn't even worth it. Y'all got down for nothing. And what's fucked up, it wasn't worth it. The best thing, I ain't gonna even say the best thing. I'm just gonna say, I wish we could have had one more conversation. But I know what's going on. Black people hate each other over materialistic shit.
Bam. There go the problem being in itself. Right there. That's what this video is all about. What the brother right here just said. Black people hate each other over materialistic bullshit. That's why this man lost his life. And this brother, this big brother is grieving his brother because it's something in our culture that needs to be addressed. And it don't necessarily have to be material. It could be just because of your energy is different. Because you happy, you got the spirit of God within you. You blessed. You could be going through hell and hot water. Nobody knew what this brother Tugg was going through personally in his personal life. But he had something that was magnetic and charismatic about him. People would be jealous of your energy that you bring. You walk in the room and you command the room, your energy different. And like he said, his brother had a big heart. How many times we hear people that got a big heart be the victim of some dumb shit? You trying to look out for people. He didn't have to be on the west side of Chicago and be a pillar in his community and be willing to help these local artists and rappers do anything. But he was there out the kindness of his heart. Even though they tried to unalive this man 5 times prior to this, he still came around. He loved his neighborhood. He was proud of where he came from. And that's where he died, over a chain. I think it was much more than a chain. You know, but let's continue.
We hate each other over materialistic shit. That was his chain. That was his shit. That was his chain. That was his. He paid for that. It took some time to pay for that shit. He worked for that shit. You got niggas out here talking about, oh, it was fake. It was, man, listen, man. Bro worked his ass off for that little ass chain. And he didn't die behind it. But we know it's more to the story than that, though. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm the nigga that's always preaching peace. I'm always preaching peace because I love my people. But I'm all out of love now. I don't have no more love. Ain't no more love left in me, man, for niggas.
Man, did he not say that? Ain't no more love in me for niggas. I feel this, brother, man. Black people, yeah. I love my black people. But niggas out here that's doing heinous crimes to one another, but worried about what the hell going on the other side of the planet instead of what's going on in your community. You niggas don't have no time to be worried about what's going on in Jerusalem or Israel or whatever when you got situations like this going on up the street from you. Are you serious? You need to fix your community. When have we become so weak and complacent where it should be an all-out march against this? They took this man off this planet. So you mean to tell me a black man in his own community can't have a chain on that he helped feed, that he helped look out for people in because they jealous of him? That man can't walk around, ride around. He can't be safe in his own community that he helped elevate. But we got time to be worried about what Donald Trump doing in DC. Don't worry about it. We're going to get there. We are our own worst enemy. And then we don't change anything. How can we sit up there and blame the president for trying to clean up the community? At least he's trying to clean up. Let me tell you something. Donald Trump is doing exactly what Larry Hoover would be doing, besides the whole jail situation. He'll be going in there G-checking these shorties. Y'all can't be outside out here committing crimes against people in our community. It was a point in time when I can remember in my lifetime where you had to get permission to go take somebody's life. You can't, these communities they don't have no structure to it no more. This brother didn't do nothing to nobody. All he did was come out, stay fresh. He was a gem to the community. And who took him out? His own community. And y'all don't see a problem with that? Ain't no major outrage about this? Nah, man. Over here on Voices for the Voiceless, man, we gonna speak up for Tugg.
Ain't no more love left in me for niggas, man. You niggas killed a man over some hate, a chain, nigga done fucked your bitch, or whatever.
Dumb shit.
It wasn't smart. I'll be honest with you. That wasn't smart. Now, I know detectives already let me know that they watching me, but they scared of what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do nothing. That nigga was loved by a lot of motherfucking people. I don't have to do nothing. When this shit come to light, all I can do is start praying for y'all, for the motherfuckers who did that. All I can do is pray for you. It's gonna come to light. It's gonna come to light. Y'all took away my little brother for nothing. That nigga done survived 5 shootings up there. 5. Then he downed me from 1 motherfucking shot. I'm mad at the motherfucker at you, Tugg. I'm mad, nigga, I'm mad.
Let me tell y'all the story, man. I feel his brother pain, man. I had a little cut. If we talk about, in Chicago, the senseless murders, and and violence and stuff like that, man. And then you be mad when they not here no more. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew better. You told them. You know, I ain't gonna get off into the story now because I can't be here too long. But I feel them like because you be like, man, if you was here, man, I'd slap the shit out you because you knew better. I told you this shit. And you chose to keep doing the same thing, man. Get away from these niggas, man. That don't mean you no good. Somebody show you who they is, believe them.
I'm mad too. I'm mad at the motherfucker, bro. You let too many hating ass niggas see you had that big heart. You had that big ass heart. You kept letting these hating ass niggas get close to you, bro. And I kept telling you. I told you a million times. These niggas don't like you. They don't fuck with you. They hate you. They hated your aura, your energy. They hated everything about you. They never liked you.
He said that they hated your aura, your energy, everything about you. That's a sickness. That man was here to help people. He didn't have to be out here in this dusty ass Chicago underground bullshit. Pardon my French. But this is dusty out here. If somebody getting money and willing to invest in this and y'all don't appreciate that, y'all take this man for granted instead of like, man, you know, he can help invest. I just got to return on my investment. Because these artists out here, they don't be having no money. They can't even throw their own show. They having a hard enough time paying for studio time. And here it is, somebody trying to help invest into the community and things of that nature. And yeah, it's a lot of people love this brother too. Don't get me wrong. It's a very small percentage of haters. The love overpowers the hate by threes. I still have faith in the black community. But these niggas, I don't have no faith in y'all.
But you still show grace. You still will look out for these same motherfuckers, bro. You looked out for these niggas, man. And I kept telling you why you think me and Shorty don't pop out. Because we know what's going on. We know niggas don't like us. Niggas been trying to figure out for years what a motherfucker doing. How a motherfucker doing it. We mind our business. We stay out of people's way. That's the goal, bro. There's no motherfucking way that you shouldn't be here with Juju right now. There's no way, bro. You shouldn't be here with Juju.
His son, he got a 6-year-old son. His son not able to have his father in his life no more because of this, man. Nonsense, bro. His son don't have a father no more. You mean to tell me we not our own worst enemy over a chain, over some envy, over some hatred? This ain't a sickness. You mean to tell me this ain't a sickness, bro? Come on, man. It's a sickening, man. A fatherless son, 6 years old, over what? What? We our own worst enemy.
Because of a hating ass nigga that wanted to change that he couldn't do shit with. For the stupid motherfuckers that came and robbed him for the chain, you didn't even get the chain. And then even if you would have got the fucking chain, the chain has a tracker in it. It's got a tracker in it. I'm the motherfucker who made the chain. The chain has a tracker in it. We don't do stupid shit to where people gonna do dumb shit like this. Y'all took my brother life over a chain. Over a chain. Wasn't worth it, fellas. And, you know, detectives, I know y'all watching my live. I know y'all watching. I gave y'all 24 hours.
So he the one that made the chain. Huh. He the one that made the chain. So y'all hating on this brother about a chain. You probably could have got with him, and he would have probably like, hey man, you can holler at my bro, my blood brother. He made this chain. Yeah, this is the price. He probably could put you on a payment plan, but y'all hating? You niggas hating. When you probably could have got with that man, he probably would have showed. He the type of brother saying like would have extended the olive branch to show you how to get on this level. But see, this is what I'm talking about, man. And shout out to the content creator of this video, Hood Educated. We got to have these conversations because we got to G-check our culture. We got to G-check our people to wake up, man. You being possessed by the devil to do the devil's bidding. And this ain't nothing but the devil's work here to kill his brother.
The money I'm getting to it, ain't worried about no bitch. I just might go drop another 60,000 on my wrist. I ain't arguing back and forth with a broke nigga, bitch. I'm out here getting rich. Yeah, I don't argue back and forth. I'm too rich for that. You know it. I'll go great on niggas' head. Ain't no tit for tat. Apple pay your life. Hit them with a tap. Put a soap up on your life. Get a goofy whack. I ain't arguing back and forth. I'm too rich for that. I'll throw bread on niggas' head. Ain't no tit for tat. Apple pay your life. Hit them with a tap. Put a soap up on your shit. Get a goofy whack. Let it go.
You see his chain glistening. So he ain't lying. He make them chains.
I ain't even gonna lie. I got to be 100 with y'all. I got two brothers. I got an older brother and I got a little brother. And, you know, by the grace of God, you know, I still have my brothers. And just listening to this man, you know, talk about his young brother. And I felt, I'm talking about y'all don't understand. Like, I really felt him. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there's been time, I have a little brother. And there's been times where I'll be telling my little brother, like the same things that this man right here was telling Tugg. Man, quit hanging with them, man. Them dudes ain't got your best interest. They don't.
Yeah, bro. I want to get Hood Educated. That's the name of the, you see, you got the shirt and everything. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to this brother. He be breaking down a lot of great content as far as, you know, younger cats and things of that nature. But you see where he coming from. He dropping a lot of gems, you know. And yeah, Hood Educated, man. I'm a huge fan of that channel. But yeah, man, you see what's going on, man, in the senselessness of what's going on, you know. This is something that needs to be addressed, because we be sitting up there concerned about the wrong stuff instead of what's going on in our own community, man. And it seems like every time it's the Democratic Party that has this stranglehold on these particular communities. And I played a video not too long ago from Malicious Conspiracy when I was, you know, dealing with the R. Kelly situation. And it was a guy on there that said misery is in the black community by the Democratic Party. And I ain't understand that 6 years ago, but after dwelling off into this political arena and seeing it is for what it is, and look at what's going on, it's the Democratic Party that's fighting against common sense. These communities don't have to be like this. Like, I was talking to my homie, he was like, yeah, you know, about this situation with Tugg, and he like, oh, yeah, man, it's jacking season, man. You just gotta keep your head on. We normalize this stuff. Oh, it's jacking season, so I get. Do you think people that's living in different areas, man, worried about some jacking season and all that? Our communities don't have to deal with this. And I want to bring up another video, man, that kind of illustrates this, and we're gonna react to it because it's in our community, man. We have to change for the better for our youth. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have a chance on this path. They don't have a chance, man. So without further ado, I want to get into this, brother, and I'm a video, and I'm gonna make sure. Let me get the name of him. His platform is called On the Stoop. So On the Stoop, and man, he has some great commentary on this subject about the Democratic Party and this corruption. They mad about the federal government. That's what the federal government supposed to do. Come in and help the local and state government when there's an issue.
My name is Lerone Kuntz. This is On the Stoop with Lerone Kuntz. This is the stoop that I started this channel on, I don't know, probably 10 years ago. I'm back here in Brooklyn, New York. It's August 15th, and it's very hot, and there's a lot of mosquitoes here. So if you see me scratching and stuff or shooing mosquitoes, then you know what I'm doing. I'm just here today to ask the question, what is wrong with the Democratic Party? I'm not saying that to be sarcastic or anything. I'm right now in probably the headquarters of the Democratic Party, which is New York City. And just across the country, I've been seeing how they are so resistant to any type of federal assistance.
Okay, if there's one AI site builder you need to meet, it's this dope tech from Wix. Now, this whole flow is a conversation, so your words actually build your website. I'm going for a...
And it's to the detriment of the people that they're representing, especially people in low-income areas, especially Black people like myself. It's as if we don't have any representatives. We don't have anyone representing us. Like right now, for example, in D.C., Washington, D.C., the federal government is taking over the police department because of the out-of-control crime that's going on in Washington, D.C. And it's been like that for the longest. I mean, decades. They've had a serious crime problem. Any place right outside the capital area, if you go anywhere that's not in particular areas, crime it's a war zone. And it should never be like that, especially in the capital of the United States. And we have a president that wants to put a stop to it. And who's the resistance? The Democrats. They're resisting it. Tooth and nail. They're fighting the federal government from doing anything about the crime problem, even though children are getting killed and shot. Young boys are killing each other, carjacking. Stores are closing because of shoplifting, because of robberies and crimes and looting. And when you go to a store in any of these Black communities, you have to ask someone to get you, a lot of the things that you want to buy because it's behind plexiglass and lock and key. And it's as if our representatives don't see this. They don't think anything is wrong. Right in the DC, Baltimore area, they did a study a few years back that they went to 23 schools and they couldn't find a kid that could read, that could do math on their level, on their grade.
My bag, I was muted. Keep in mind, this is a brother from New York speaking on the issue from Washington, D.C. And we just started off the whole video talking about an issue in Chicago. This is nationwide epidemic going on in Black culture. You know, this man just sat up here and said that the school system in Washington, D.C., such a low percentage of Black kids are reading on their grade school average. They can't even read or write or do math or arithmetic in the grade that they in. We see Chicago under Democratic Black leadership with Mayor Brandon Johnson is at a $736 million deficit. And he's a former school teacher. What's wrong with the Democratic Party, bro? But 80% of Black people in America vote for the Democratic Party blindly. You don't see a correlation of crime, uneducated people. You don't see the correlation. It's not, the picture ain't getting clearer to you. But they want to sit up here and have you vote racism, white supremacy, all this bullshit.
Grade level.
Math is a critical subject for kids to learn in school, but test scores in Maryland are revealing a devastating reality that students just aren't getting it. The Maryland State Department of Education released the 2022 state test results and found just 7% of 3rd through 8th graders are proficient in math. That means 93% of kids are not where they should be in the subject. Even more troublesome for the state, in its greatest metropolitan area, 23 Baltimore schools had 0 students meet the standard. 2,000 students took the math test, and not one could do math at grade level.
You don't need to stress out about car insurance. You just go to Insurify.
It can help you save money and headaches.
No spam, no calls, no.
But these are the very cities that want to import people from all over the world and use resources to educate and house and feed people from all over the world. And they haven't even taken care of their constituents, the people that are American citizens that elected them. They just neglect them. And if any...
Thank you. Thank you. Another Democratic policy, worried about illegal immigration, illegal immigrants, people that ain't even supposed to be in this country. Why would we have a $736 million deficit as far as education for Black kids in Chicago when the mayor of Chicago spent that same type amount of money on illegal immigration? You had the money, but you spent it on people that ain't even supposed to be here. If Black people co-signing down here marching against this, you marching against your own best interests. But you so stupid that you don't even see it. It just pisses me off, man.
Help is offered from the federal government, they reject it and they fight against it, and they spend money filing lawsuits to prevent any type of federal intervention. You know, I saw a report about the DC situation when the president first started talking about taking it over, and they were saying that last year 29 boys, Black boys, teenagers, consider them children, got murdered. And then this year they said 17 had got murdered. So they were feeling like, hey, we don't need the federal government. Look, we're doing better. As if 17 young children, young boys, is doing better. Like, you don't need any help, and people are dying. People are getting killed on a regular and getting carjacked and being traumatized. And
there's been a great deal of discussion about crime in the district. And the other day, I wanted to get a sense of what is actually happening in the District of Columbia. I asked for the number of teens who have been shot and killed by gunfire. Teens, everyone under the age of 20. As you can see, in 2024, we have, I believe I said it was, how many? Yeah. As you can see, in 2024, we have 29 individuals.
But crime down. This the arguments the Democrats make. But crime, the percentage of crime is down. Tell that to the families of these young people under the age of 20 that was just shot and killed, unalive, my bad, in just 2024. Just under the age of 20. You know how small Washington, D.C. is? This is ridiculous.
Who were shot and killed in the district, all teens, some as young as 3 years of age, okay, because of gunfire. Some of these cases are solved, some of them are not solved. But what this makes clear to me is that there is a whole community that is suffering because of the violent crime in this district. And anyone who wants to tell me the crime is down and that we don't need an emergency focus on crimes of violence, all they need to do is take a look at this and talk to the loved ones and the family members of these individuals, all shot and killed long before their time. Now, over here are the individuals who were shot and killed under the age of 20, all teenagers in 2025. And the number here is 16. Again, all members of the minority community here. I don't know how many of these cases have been solved, but what I can tell you is, again, it's guns on the streets. It's individuals who are not concerned about accountability, who don't have any reason to fear law enforcement. I am here today to tell you that on behalf of all of these victims, all of these families, that they're going to be accountable, that we are going to make a difference, and that we are going to make sure that law enforcement is focused on these innocent, now silent victims of crime in the district.
And that's that. And that's that. And we damn near at an hour, man. And I know I get very passionate about this subject because our people, man, at some point, we got to take accountability for our own reality. We got to take accountability for our own reality, man. You know, we are here over just think about the title of this platform. Voices for the Voiceless. Where's Tugg Watson's voice right now? What about those dozens of young black lives as young as 3 years old that was unalived in Washington, D.C. voices right now? While you have black adults that's running around talking about they don't need the federal government to come in there and clean up the crime that's going on. Where are they voices? When we sit up here and bash, and yeah, I bash the Democratic Party because I know what's behind it. They want to make excuses. They want to go around here and tell you there's no problem in your culture. There's no problem in your community. They don't want you to address it. They don't want you to hold your own accountable. But when we say voices for the voiceless, that's exactly who we're talking about. The victims of the crimes that can't be spoken for, that can't speak for themselves while you too ignorant and being manipulated by your mainstream media to not look at the problem and address it as such. Voices for the voiceless. I tell you, man, they have done a number on black society. We are our own worst enemies. Rest in peace to Tugg Watson. Rest in peace to everybody that lady showed on them pictures that were under the age of 20 years old that lost their life in senseless violence in the black community. more than likely at the hands of other black people as young as 3 years old. If that don't break your heart, I don't know what will. But hey, what do I know? Somebody jealous of you, man, get the hell away from them. Distance yourself. They don't want to see you doing better than them. Even if you're trying to help them get to where you at. You can help. Listen, a jealous-hearted person, you can help them and get them where you at. And they still gonna hate you. They still gonna be plotting on you. But you know why? Because hell hath no fury like a jealous person scorn. You can never satisfy that thirst that a jealous person has in their heart. They want to devour and control and destroy everything. Stay away from jealous-hearted people and individuals. Tugg, rest in peace, but he should be a learning experience for us all. That situation has touched home to me, man. In more ways than one. I hope that this video does us some good as a culture. We get off this nonsense, man. Because we are our own worst enemy. We can't battle against white supremacy until we fix our own community. We already divided. Too many niggas hating on each other, taking them out the game. Tugg was a gem to the community, man. Why would you do that? Ain't no explanation for that. But you worried about what's going on in Palestine. Man, get up out of here, man. What's going on in your own backyard with your government and your mayor selling you out, man? It's your boy, Jay Taylor, Voices for the Voiceless. We love y'all. Until next time, leave it in the comment section. We should speak to you soon. Peace and blessings.